Everybody has a story to tell, and there was a time when we would share those stories around the kitchen table, laughing, telling jokes, talking about the events of the day, heated debates, tragic loss, living life. The kitchen table is where we could share our lives. So come, sit with me and my friends as conversation unfolds across the kitchen table. In this special two-part episode, we continue with Uncle Johnny's story. Sitting around his dining room table along with his wife Linda, my Uncle Dave, my mom, and my sister, we talk more about Korea, family stories, and even some family medical history. My pap died from cancer when I was 12 years old, and there are times that I wish I could have known him as an adult and to have had these type of conversations with him. Uncle Johnny is my pap's brother, and having the opportunity to sit down and talk with him was like seeing glimpses of my pap. It has truly been an amazing experience. If you've lost loved ones in the past, you know the hole in your life without them there. So I invite you to join our family for the rest of our conversation with Uncle Johnny across the kitchen table. So then you came back from Korea, and then what?
Well, we came back into Seattle again, and then came home by train. A whole trainload of troops came to the East Coast here, and we had no priority. I mean, because we were coming home, they didn't care when we got home, and anytime they just push us back in a place and let us sit a while, and we stopped down here in Cumberland. Perhaps I could have walked home just about the time we waited down there.
And then were you and Linda married before you left or after?
No, not till after.
I didn't know I existed.
Yeah, so then we went to Fort Meade again, and that's where when I went in, we went to Somerset, got a bus, went to Pittsburgh, to the old post office building in Pittsburgh, is where we was sworn in as soldiers, as army men or whatever, and got our physicals and all that stuff. And then that night we got on a train and went to Fort Meade, got there the next day. And then we was there about 2 weeks at Fort Meade, just waiting to get enough to go to Fort Hood, where we took our basic then. Yeah. But then when we went and got on the plane, our plane wouldn't go, so we had to wait till the next day we got off and went back again. See, that's what split our group up more. The other guys were all forget what they called that, but they were in a heavy equipment outfit, that they went their training in, and we just went into the regular infantry when we went down, because we was a day late getting there, and they had them filled up then already with other. But there was a lot of Berlin guys. Cripes. Well, I knew, quite a few of them then, but there was a lot from in that area went that time when we went. But then we got that plane down there, then we come back home. Then we went over to Korea. We was over there, and we was gonna come an R&R to Japan, and we was at the airport. We had to wait for a plane to crash land before we could take off. I don't know why, but that's just the way that we stood there in the runway or on the airport and watched this plane crash land down.
Oh, wow.
He went down, and sparks flying everywhere. But then we got on a plane and went to Japan and had R&R and came home. Came back there again. But we was from Busan to Incheon 6 or 8 different times. Because we didn't have no home over there anymore after the war was over, and that just trained. All we did is and stood guard for different places.
What year did the war end?
53,
53.
July 27th, 53. It started in 50, June of 50.
So you might have said, but what year were you drafted then?
52.
52.
And was Bill in any wars?
Mm-mm.
No.
He was in the Navy and was a radio man on an airport or in the airplanes. I mean, when they were in China though for I don't know how long he was over there, but he was.
So that would have been between World War II and Korea.
No, that was World War II.
Oh, he was. Okay.
Yeah, he enlisted in February or December of 43. December 43 he enlisted. He enlisted in the Navy.
Okay.
And he couldn't swim.
No. He had paid somebody to swim for him to pass his test.
Sharon's dad was in the Navy employed, and he couldn't swim either.
He took his basic up at Sampson, New York. Bill did.
Mm-hmm. And then my grandma and Grandpa Fox were young adults during the Depression, basically.
Right. We all had food stamps, all as kids. Sammy would have had them too. I mean, now Judy didn't have, but
What else can you tell us about that?
well, you couldn't buy no gas. Daddy had 30-some blowout patches in his tires because he couldn't buy no tires. And he had to have his car to go to work every day.
And where did he work then?
Well, he laid brick a while, and then he got on with the state in Somerset up at the highway shed.
Yeah.
But he laid brick for quite a while, but then he gave that up because there was nothing around this area because there was no money to build anything around here and that. And
So what did he do with the highway?
well, he was in the tool shop. He handed tools out to the workers, well, the bosses that had needed the tools.
Yeah.
I mean, and then they'd have to sign for them, and then he'd have to get them back and all that.
Okay.
He gave you the shovel to lean on.
Yeah.
But he was there. Plus, then he painted the signs, road signs. So many miles to this place.
Yeah.
He painted them. Him and Otto Will painted them.
Remember that? Now you say that, I wouldn't have thought of that.
That's interesting.
I've heard that story.
And then these signs that are the borough, the blue and gold signs that are says Shanksville
Yeah.
Borough on
Kind
and
of like
that.
a cast iron looking type. And
He went around to different places and painted them on his truck. I went with him a couple different days. I guess Mother didn't need all the kids there at home anymore and sent me with him.
And then is that after that he worked as a postmaster?
Well, then he came back, and after that was politics. State jobs were then, and politics changed to Democrats, and then he lost his job,
Oh.
and then he had no job then for a couple of years. I don't know right how long it was.
Wow.
Yeah, he painted that, no doubt. Just
well, this was repainted, but yeah.
yeah, no doubt, quite often. But he would just take a ladder and get up there and paint. But he there for a couple years. I guess he didn't do anything. I'm not sure exactly what he did do. Then Bill got the store up there, and then Daddy bought into it, and then they both worked up their store then for
When did he lay brick now?
when he was young.
Oh, I thought he did that before he got the store.
No, I don't. The only time when they built the shop out at the school, he worked on it.
What store?
Yeah.
What store are you talking
Well,
about?
they had a
Street.
grocery store in Somerset.
Oh,
My
okay.
brother Bill and Daddy.
Okay.
Across the railroad tracks going east, you know where Roy Plumbing is?
Yeah.
Before you get there, what the appliance store or something in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of across from where Verghese is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
that's where the store was.
Oh. Didn't know that one either.
Yeah, they had that for about 4 years, I guess. Mother and Daddy both worked there.
And you said it was like a grocery store.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
And then they had gas pumps there.
Oh.
Did any of your siblings work there?
Who?
Any of your siblings?
No.
No.
That's what I heard.
No. And then Bill lived above the store. That's where they were gassed in that time. See, the fellow that owned the building kept his car down below and didn't turn the car off one night.
That's not good.
No.
Huh.
Is that where they lived when Jackie was born?
I imagine so, yeah. He used to live in Shanksville before that, back years ago, up across from where Emmerts lived. Did you know where Emmerts lived? Right below
Bruce and Janie.
Bruce and Janie's, that White
yes.
House.
Yeah.
He owned that house.
Oh.
Had that a couple years.
And that's what they think. He had emphysema, and they think that was from
From that.
But I
the
still
fumes.
think it was his heart is
Well,
what.
and yeah, so he died at like 45 in 1967, 66, whatever.
Right.
And after Dad and Johnny and then Janie and Caroline and everybody's gone through, we kind of said, hey, wait a minute, you know. And they didn't know about heart problems then, so
Yeah.
even though his death certificate says he died of emphysema, we're kind of figuring he probably had heart
But-
problems.
Yeah.
I was out there the night before he died, out at the hospital. He was in the hospital, and he was as bullheaded then as he was before. I mean, he wondered why it took so long to get there and why we were going home again. And he was in good shape then. And then the next morning he gave him blood, and then that's.
Not that they weren't all, but the little bit I remember, Bill, he was the most bullheaded of the kids.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it got worse than Pap, huh?
Yeah. Yes.
Caroline often said they brought the wrong blood for Bill. So who knows? We had the wrong type, and they
And you had open heart surgery once,
Twice.
Okay. How many years apart was yours?
Just a year.
Oh.
Wow.
A little over a year. Because, I mean, in August of 78 and then November of 79. When I had my first operation, I brought Sammy home from the hospital on the 4th of July. In August the 15th, I went out there and got in the same bed that he was in.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
we'll have to remember that story. I think you did.
Yeah.
The bed was warmed up for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So our family does not have good hearts.
How are you doing, Dave?
Speaking of.
Yeah, it's been July 28th or something will be 15 years. I had my stint in heart attack. Haven't eaten right and haven't exercised correctly.
So you're
Still here.
You're still here.
Yeah.
Those things. Yeah.
Is this the one?
Yeah.
One other question or story I guess I wanted to talk about. So I was told that Janie and Caroline stayed with Ida Childs
Yeah.
and like kind of helped her.
Yeah, see, she had heart trouble all her life.
Oh, really?
I mean, as far as it's all my life. I mean, you know.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she had nitroglycerin. She'd take a lot of times. I mean, yeah.
So, and that was, you said about the men from the tunnel stayed at on Grandpa's.
Right.
How long do you think that went on? Like years?
Well, I don't know. About a year, I guess. I don't know exactly.
So Ida Ward told me that Ida Childs and her husband Ramsey helped the McNeils a lot.
Right.
And that's why Ida and her twin brother got named
Yep,
Ida
were.
Ramsey.
That's right. I mean, I don't know if we had told somebody before about that time things were really hard up. Like
They helped a lot of people here. See, Childs, Ramsey Childs was a stockbroker in Pittsburgh.
Okay, stockbroker.
And he had made money and had a lot. And
So was
and
he
she
from
went out there to
around
work.
here?
Ida went out there to work to get a job and then met him and
Oh, okay.
married him. And they never had no kids or anything that way.
And Ida is Sam Fox's sister. Yeah.
See, then it was Charlie Fox, was another brother. He died of a heart attack, hauling milk.
Oh.
He was out here at, well, you would know, what was his name? Went to church up there up at Glade. A Glessner. What could I forget?
Bob?
No. He was a singer.
Oh.
He and his brother.
Bill Glessner. Bill Glessner
And Ferris Glessner.
Ferris Glessner had the
He's
farm
the
in the
oldest
swamp there.
one.
Yeah, well, see, that's where Charlie Fox died. He was loading milk over there, and he come out and found him laying over a milk can and came down to our place there. That was in February of 37, it would have been.
And how did Sam and Bessie die? Do you remember much about them?
Well, Sam ate supper and said he's going to go lay down a while and went upstairs, and then he died there. And see, he had sugar and heart trouble both.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what his death certificate might have said,
Mm-hmm.
And that was over here.
Yeah, that was in the house over here.
Yeah.
It was we had a little bit of snow then, not a lot of snow. It was in January the 30th of January is when he died. Then your birthday.
Yeah. That's right.
Shanksville played Freedoms in basketball that night. Aunt Catherine and Bill, and I don't know if the girls were with them or not over the game, but I wasn't allowed to go. I was too young.
And then, did you say how Bessie died?
She didn't die till 67.
Yeah. Just old age.
Yeah, just.
I mean, I've never heard of anything really that.
No, she wasn't sick. I mean, that long or anything that way or whatever. But all the Foxes, Ed Fox, he was from over Rockwood.
That's Rockwood,
I mean, you knew of the other younger
Yes,
Foxes.
right. Mm-hmm.
Ed Fox died of heart trouble, and then Charlie did, and Grandpa did. And
Wow.
but I know I wasn't in school then yet, and I couldn't. The day Charlie died, I couldn't go up the hill any further in the house to go sledding riding because they were afraid I'd tell Aunt Ida about him dying, and they wanted the doctor to be there when they tell her that. But she stayed down with us at our house quite often.
Are you done? I was wondering, like, do you have any memories that stick out with you with your parents or any of your siblings?
Not, what do you...
Were you close to, like, who would you say in your family you were closest to?
No, I don't know. Guess my dad.
How would you describe him?
Well, he was a good gentleman. He'd do anything for anybody, and never heard him swear, and never heard nobody ever heard him swear.
Yeah.
Imagine this was a Pepsi. And this was the chair and the TV was over there.
Chew back.
Yes.
Walk out on the porch and down over. Because when we would be playing out there, we had to watch whenever we came down the lower alley that we didn't get spit on.
Spit on, yeah,
Then
because
he'd be back in his chair and take a drink. And
He was a quiet, easygoing guy, but they always said
when
that
Janie
so he couldn't
took
talk.
algebra in school,
Chewed off.
she'd come home with a question, about algebra, how to do this question. And he'd have a chew in his mouth. He couldn't talk. And she'd, explain it to him and that and so on. And he'd sit there a while, and then he'd get up and go out and chew or out and spit and come back in and then give her the answer.
Yeah.
But
we went there when I was a kid in the mid to late 60s. I came with the Stalls and the Adelmans. We'd come home in October and go up to Grandpa Fox's because he had a color TV to watch the World Series.
yeah, he was a Parrot fan, that's for sure.
So he didn't really have a temper much?
Not that
Never
much,
really
no.
Where'd Pap inherit it from?
Yeah.
Grandma could be a little bit more strict.
Yeah, she had the temper. She'd get more up in arms over things, but he didn't. He was...
Yeah.
But you was saying about making something up for him. On his 40th birthday, we had a party for him up there at the house.
Oh. Wow.
And it was a surprise party for him. I mean, him and I went out to George Glessner, that was Grandma's brother. And I don't know what we went for anymore, but that's when the chickens were wrecked on the turnpike, and chickens were everywhere around out there, and that was out at Leon Neppard's out that way, is where George was renting then,
Okay.
And we went out, and he was down there catching chickens that night when...
But he still made it to the party.
Pardon?
He made it to the party.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We didn't catch it.
Oh,
We
you
just
didn't.
went out to
Okay.
get... I don't know what we went... Maybe Mother had him go out there just to get away.
Just to turn around and come back.
Right. Just to get away from the... Getting ready for the party, and that. But, no, he was...
And did all of you go to church? To this church?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all went up here to church, yeah.
The story was, I can remember you was telling about him with his chew in his mouth. I mean, he never talked much. But whenever the kids would disobey,
He'd snap his fingers. I remember that.
Story? And they knew, boy,
Yeah.
he didn't need to talk. He
Yeah.
missed that part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But, yeah, he was janitor up here to church. I mean, just not... They didn't pay him anything, but see, they just built fire on Sunday morning in the church to heat it up, and that. But he'd go down early in the morning and get the fire going. And,
Yeah, he was as quiet as Aunt Catherine was talkative.
Yeah.
What?
He was as quiet as Aunt Catherine was talkative.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, Daddy never talked that much to anybody.
But he said
I mean,
couldn't talk. He had chewing his.
So why didn't that pass on either?
Tobacco.
Yeah, I don't remember Pap ever.
The not talking. Oh, tobacco. Well, the not talking. I mean, I always thought that foxes were chatty.
I don't know.
Well, everybody but Grandpa.
Oh yeah, the women. And Johnny and Bill and all them and Sammy when they get together. Yeah.
I know one thing you and our pap had in common was beagles. When did you start raising beagles?
Oh, I don't know when.
I mean,
50 years ago, 60?
54. We were married.
I don't know. Yeah,
A year or so.
so you would breed them and then raise them to a certain age and then sell them?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because when we were first married, we never had a dog in the house. And I said, I can't be without a dog.
she always had a police dog over where she lived.
Then my aunt brought a little dog. So a little tiny half poodle. Then when Johnny would say, well, whenever ours have pups, you can get a dog.
Yeah, people would stop at the house and we'd be out in the yard playing, they'd pull in and they'd say, do you know where some guy in Shanksville, John Fox, sells beagles? Yeah, I know where he's at. Or they'd stop and say, do you know where Jay Fox lives? Well, he lives here, but his name's Sam. Yeah, it's Jay Sam, but we call him Sam.
Yeah.
Does he have beagles? Yeah, we have beagles.
That's an
Yes,
interesting
Sammy
thing.
had beagles. Quite a few there.
And ringnecks and turkeys and
Oh, yeah, he was really...
ponies. And
Yep.
So who did it
raised
first,
about
you or
anything one
Sam?
day.
Huh?
Who did it first, you or Sam?
Johnny had probably.
Well,
before.
I had beagles ever since I came home from the service. I had beagles to hunt with, but I didn't raise pups until it would have been, I don't know, in the late 60s, no doubt, or
Well,
somewhere.
after we got married, we decided
Yeah, but
pups,
I didn't
we need to raise them and
I didn't
sell
have
some.
registered beagles then.
No, but I just wanted to think about selling. Maybe we could sell some to somebody.
But I don't know. I'd have to look. I have records up there of all the beagles that sold already, the pups. Well, you had to keep them if you so long. I don't
Yeah.
know how long you had to.
Do you know how many?
No, I have no idea.
We talking like 100?
Oh, my.
Oh, yeah.
1,000?
Yeah, at least 100.
Not 1,000, but over 100,
Yeah.
I would think.
Okay.
Yeah.
The last 2 litters I had 18 pups that were, just a week apart. They were.
Wow.
How much could you get for a beagle?
Well, $30, $40 a piece, something like that. But now they're selling for $150.
Or more even.
Another breeds a dog a lot more.
Yeah, but
What else is in your attic?
Can't tell you
now
that.
it's full. Trains, a lot of trains up there. Lionel trains.
Yeah.
Is that something you like to collect?
Pardon?
Is that something you like to collect?
No, I just got them from her stepfather. He had a bunch, and I always had one train. I mean, they got me a train one Christmas. I don't know about, that was maybe 12, 14, 15 years old. I don't know.
And you still have it.
And then, well, then I bought a bunch of other ones for the kids when they when they were little, and that we bought, I mean, from other places that were selling out. And then her mother and stepfather, they had a bunch of trains. They had one that used to go through Somerset.
Passenger train. It would have lights in it.
No, it wasn't a passenger.
No, but there was a train with
Yeah, but they
lights.
had an engine.
The engine number
The number on the.
went through Somerset.
Huh.
Play engine was the same as the one that went through Somerset. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're the boys. They have. I told them different times they ought to go up and sort them apart. And Bradley did take a bunch out to his place back years ago when his kids were little and that, but they never did.
So how many grandkids do you have now?
3, 6, 9, 11, 15.
And great-great-grandkids?
Great grandkids, those are.
Yeah, but do you have any great-greats?
Mm-mm.
Not yet.
No.
Do you have anything else?
Oh no, no, not necessarily.
Yeah, you were saying about me. I lived in Charlie Platt's house, half of that house, when I was born, and then moved up into the house where Adelman's owned now, and then lived in that house over there and this house.
Yeah.
Those 4 houses is all I ever lived in.
Yeah.
See, now Sharon's lived in Stoystown all her life, which is coming up on 76 years, and she's been in about 9 or 10 different houses.
Well, we lived here 61 years now.
Yeah.
Oh. You have such a good memory. It just amazes me. And the dates, you can pull them out of the...
Yeah.
As I said at the beginning, we don't know if he's telling the truth or not.
Oh, he's a very good actor.
No, nobody knows, does it?
Well, what did you do for work then after coming back from Korea?
Well, then when I come back, what did I do right away? Oh, I was working with Exxon then. I mean, see, I started with them in 52.
Okay.
April 52. Started to work with Exxon. And then they kept my seniority going while I was in the service.
Oh wow. That probably doesn't happen nowadays.
No, it don't. But they kept that, my time with the company and so on. And
And what did you do with Exxon? What did you do with Exxon?
Pump gas up in the turnpike.
Okay.
Worked up there for
On the North
20
Plaza.
28 years, I guess.
Yeah.
Say north or south, I forgot.
Till I worked a day and I went to the doctor. Linda made me a doctor's appointment to see because of Sammy. I mean, she said I have to go, and I worked daylight that day and went from there down to Johnstown to the doctor. He wasn't going to leave me come home myself. I was by myself.
Yeah.
He said, "You can't drive home." I said, "Well, I drove down here and I can't drive home."
Yeah.
So then what?
Well, then that was,
They take you to Pittsburgh then?
well, in 15 days I was operated on.
Yeah.
From when I,
You just said, don't go, you're not to go back to work.
Oh, okay.
and then that was, the end of my work up there.
So you had Dr. Wall as your doctor from 78 until 2020? Or like when did he retire?
Oh, he only retired about 2020, somewhere around there,
Yeah.
imagine. I don't know. Right when he did retire, exactly. Yeah, I had him.
And you were his longest running patient.
That he had.
Yeah.
See, he was just a young doctor when this was his first job down here, and that, and when he started up, because he told us he was playing basketball for Pitt and sprained his ankle, and he could hardly walk, but he didn't want to show it to any or leave anybody know about it. I mean, and that. He told us that down there one time. I don't know if
So
you remember
think
that.
he graduated from Pitt?
I guess. I don't know. I mean,
Well, I don't really know about Dad's heart surgery story. Do you?
Well, the only part I know is he rode with guys from Shanksville and Lambertville, Stoystown to work, and they would park 2 streets over from the mill until he would get to the locker room. He was out of breath. That was in March or April, because then he ended up going to the doctor, and he said, I just played church league basketball in January and February. I didn't notice anything then, but it came on that fast. And I think Wall was pretty much the same way. They said, well, we'll put you in the hospital and run some tests.
Yeah.
And my understanding is he walked in one day to Mom and Dad and said, where do you want to go for heart surgery? They said, well, what do you mean? We don't, He said, well, you're going to have open heart surgery. And he said, I recommend Mercy because his mother-in-law or father-in-law, I think,
Somebody
had
has it out
surgery
there,
there.
yeah.
And so, they shipped him from Johnstown to Mercy, and when you went, you followed the yellow tape or the blue tape around on the floor to the room. And when the first time we saw him after that, he was as gray as Owen's shirt almost, and no life to him at all hardly. And then, 6 years later when he had his other surgery, came out of recovery, was a lot, color to him and was more alert and so on and so forth. Which they told Mom that's. And of course, that story was that they showed Mom, took her to see somebody that had heart surgery and was out, so that she would know a little bit what he looked like. And the nurse said to him, so now what do you call him? And she said, well, his name is Jay Samuel, but we call him Sam. So then whenever they went to the recovery room and they brought Mom in, she leans over and says, hey, Pete. And the nurse says, well, his name was Sam. Well, I call him Pete.
Well, yeah, I thought that they had trouble waking him up.
Yeah.
Calling him Sam, and then
Yeah. Well, see, they took me the night before my surgery and took me down and showed me the ones that was operated on the day before.
That's interesting.
But you often said you were in the same bed that Sammy got out of.
Yeah, well, I was. That was before I was operated on. The same doctor operated on both of us. Pellegrini, yeah.
Why you had him confused? I did do a Fox.
Yeah, right.
You sending him back?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Well, I know one of the nurses told me when I was out there, said about smoking. I said, well, I never smoked anyways. Said, well, there was a fella here in to be operated on, and Pellegrini walked in his room and he was smoking, and he walked out and never did finish him.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I guess he figured if he don't want to listen to me before I'd operate, why you aren't going to listen after, and so.
Yeah.
That's something.
Well, in another 5 years, we'll have some more questions. We'll get together again and interview you.
I guess not. I lived too long the way it was. I tell you, it's no.
It's amazing to me that you've lived this long. Given
Well,
your
it
heart,
is. I agree
given your
it
heart
is, but I
history.
just
Yeah.
don't.
That's great.
I, there again, have to look back through my family tree on the computer, but I don't think there was any Fox that's lived longer than you.
I doubt it. I don't know of any.
I think Grandpa was 83.
And Sam was 82.
Yeah. And I don't know, like William and Ed and those guys. And I don't know, have you ever heard or know anything? Like William Fox had 3 or 4 kids, I think, if I can pull that up and look. But like there were some of them that apparently moved to the Ohio area and stuff. Do you know of any other relation other than what we have here?
Nope, that's all I know of. I don't know of any other.
Yeah.
Just would have been of Jonathan's, huh?
I think Jonathan was
the father of
yeah.
Ed and Sam and Ida and Charlie and them.
No, Jonathan would have been William's father.
Jonathan was William's father.
Yeah, William would have been. Yeah, that there too.
I was gonna say, how far back do you go?
Pass it to him.
Yeah, I have here that there's a Peter Fox buried in the Union Cemetery in Somerset, and that he was born in 1785 and was married to Christine Fox, and that they had a son, Jonathan. And Jonathan was buried at the Pleasant Hill United Methodist Cemetery there by the fire school. And Jonathan had Alexander, Henry, George, Catherine, Samuel, Cyrus, William Francis Fox, which is ours, and Mary Jane Fox Will.
She didn't. She was born and then died right away. Didn't she?
No, I have she was born December 22, 1840 and married to Harvey Will. I don't have a date of death. And I think I got most of this stuff from Caroline. Yeah, William F. So where'd you get this from? Linda.
Yeah, this is Linda's.
Linda Platts, yeah. See, I've never gone online and got into it further. I just, everything that Caroline gave me, or Janie, or you, or whoever, I put together and tried to keep up with it, although, you know, you said you have how many grandkids, great-grandkids, I don't probably have all those in there. So I need to bring it up to date sometime. But I know Jackie's been on Ancestry.com on the internet too, and has found some
See,
stuff.
and this is the Balser relation here. Here they have her, this Mary Balser, and has died at age 113. But that's wrong. She died at
98.
90. Is that in 8?
Yeah. 96 or 96 or 8. Yeah, I don't know.
See, that was Wayne Keel's.
Yeah.
Where is it here? Wayne Keel's great grandma.
Right.
Yeah, this is 20 anniversary or 20 whatever generations of Pat's or Linda's.
Yeah.
There are 25 generations.
Well, then you got to get to work, Dave. Dave's got to get to work, get caught up.
Yeah. So, you know, Bob Platt made this up for her. For Linda. I don't know why. I mean,
I didn't even know you had it.
Her Uncle Bob or
no,
Bob?
Bob in Berlin.
Yeah. Helps with. Yeah, every time we have a funeral, I'm over there. He's talking about history, and do you know this person, and do you know that person, and I can send you that. And
yeah,
he's into it.
I suppose the only thing for me would be, is there, because I usually ask everybody, is there some sort of quote or saying or thought, like a, I don't know, message of hope or something that has kind of kept you going through the years or something like that?
Yeah, I walk away. Has there been?
Wants to know if there's anything that keeps you going all these years. Any quote or
any what?
Any quote or any idea you have you want to, live to 115 or anything like that?
No, I'm not planning on that at all.
No life philosophy?
No.
You never chewed tobacco.
No, never smoked.
I don't think Bill never did.
Huh?
Bill never chewed, did he?
Uh-uh.
I mean, Grandpa being a chewer, none of the boys chewed.
No.
And you and Dad didn't smoke. I think Bill did.
Yes, he did, is right. He smoked when he was in school. Started already.
Jeff Balzer was talking to me one day, I don't know where we were at, and he was saying we were talking about lips, Carl Young.
Oh.
He said, oh, we used to walk to school together, and he said, Carl would be smoking the whole way to school, you know, and as soon as he got out of school, he was smoking.
Yeah.
You know, he's been smoking ever since.
Yes, he has been.
And drinking.
Drinking and smoking. Yeah, but that's the way people are, I guess. I don't know.
But I can remember back my grandfather saying, I mean, they chewed tobacco. I mean, he'd been like John's age, saying about when he always was a carpenter and he couldn't smoke, so they'd chew a lot. And that's the same maybe with John. I mean, he just.
Yeah.
Well, he was 23 when he started to chew, though. He never chewed when he was young.
But you can't smoke whenever you're shoveling and
Yeah.
painting.
Painting, some of them do smoke, but you shouldn't be. Okay, well, I gotta go get prettied up for grandparents' pictures.
Well, glad you come over. You have to come oftener.
Glad you answered our questions.
Now we'll have a lot of things going through our mind tonight here.
Yeah. Call me at 3 whenever you think of something.
Thanks for stopping by today. There's always a seat at the kitchen table and another story to tell. If you have a story to tell, I'd love to hear from you. Please send me a message. And also subscribe to the channel to look for more episodes, anecdotes, and information. Talk to you next time and have a great day.